I work from home here on the coast. I work for an international law firm and I specialise in global banking regulation. I spent 7 years living in London and I still travel regularly for my work. I have a love and deep pride for Australia, and I have a global perspective on what it is that makes us great and also what it is that we can do better. Forums like this one offer a rare chance for the Greens to explain their policies. And although we have many policies which I'm really enthusiastic about, as Hillary's just outlined, tonight I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you about our economic vision, including our plan for jobs and growth. Mr. Turnbull talks a lot about the need for us to grow the pie, or the cake as he called it on Q&A last night. The idea being that the more we grow our economy, the more money there will be to share around. The main problem I have with his pie analogy is that not everyone really gets to eat the pie. Most of us get left just nibbling on the crumbs. Economic growth is only a benefit if it improves our quality of life. Growth that only benefits the very wealthy will not raise the standard of living for the majority of people in this room. Addressing inequality and disadvantage is at the heart of the Greens policy platform. Every decade, the gap between Australia's richest and poorest has been widening, and 10% of the population now own half of all of our wealth. As this gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen, there are obvious negative social impacts, but also economic impacts. This level of inequality that we now have in our society, in addition to being inherently unfair, hinders productivity, and it is a real drag on economic growth. Our election package seeks to address that inequality by putting money back into the pockets of everyday Australians. That's how we grow our economy. I'll say 3 things about jobs. Firstly, cutting funding from health, education, community services, from research and science. Those cuts obviously involve the loss of thousands of jobs. Secondly, slashing the renewable energy target and failing to take advantage of the renewable energy technology boom has already cost us thousands of jobs. And thirdly, encouraging the trend away from secure work, the type of jobs that let you get a mortgage and plan your future, in favour of casual jobs and unpaid internships. And these attacks on penalty rates and working conditions, it leads to increased job stress for Central Coast workers. By reversing the Coalition's cruel funding cuts and reinvesting in health, education, community services, and by investing in renewable energy and research, we can create thousands of jobs here on the coast and across Australia, and also ensure that workers have better conditions and greater job security. By ensuring that TAFE is well funded to allow workers to reskill and easily transition into 21st century jobs, and through improvements in our transport network and the quality of our broadband service, we can ensure that people in our communities can access a wider range of job opportunities. The Greens have an economic vision for Australia. It is based on the principle that the economy should work for us and not the other way around. Every one of our spending measures is backed up by a corresponding revenue-raising measure, with money left over to pay down government debt. This is a responsible economic plan. The money that we have pledged towards tackling inequality in our schools, in our health system, the money we've pledged to end homelessness and domestic violence, the money that we've pledged towards palliative care, aged care, childcare, all of these independently costed platforms are paid for through taking money from other parts of our economy where that money is not benefiting everyday Australians, such as the money we're currently propping the coal industry up with, the money we give to investors at the expense of locking whole generations out of the housing market. Let's use that money where it's needed to grow the economy in a way that benefits all of us, not just the wealthy few. Thank you.